always, my name is Krystal,
And I'm Siloam.
and this is the week of December 27th. We are going to be doing a year-end recap, end cap, whatever you want to call it. We got everything from Mitch McConnell denying our stimulus check to Lil Wayne and Little Pump supporting Trump to Chrissy Teigen and John Legend's loss, and also our loss of Prince, our Black Panther. So let's end cap.
I think that I'm just gonna start off with the loss because the loss this year has been tremendous. Like, first off, I want to say I definitely grew up watching Alex Trebek and watching Regis, and just like those are the two people that if anybody has any type of anything that they do in streaming or any type of talk show, like, you know who they are. Any type of game show, like, you know who they are. They were just like, they're that staple in your childhood growing up if you were born in the 80s, period. So I
Absolutely.
think, like, to me, those are two of the biggest loss. And then definitely Naya Rivera is like, that was just shocking, shocking,
But the
shocking.
Lord kept that baby safe because he
Yeah.
made sure she got that baby on that boat, and he took her. But she said, "Just keep
But
my
she
baby
definitely
safe."
passed a hero and like a true mom. Like, it just it spoke volume in like so many ways. Uh but it's at the same time it's just like sad. It's really
It's
sad.
very sad. We're losing too many soldiers this year. Bobby Brown lost another child. He lost his son.
Yeah.
Things haven't come around of what exactly happened, but a loss is a loss. So we've just lost a lot of people in 2020, and it's not just from COVID-19. I mean, we're also losing the Kardashians. I'm so glad not to see them on TV anymore. I'm sorry. Them yo hoes, but
Well,
I'm
I'm not
glad I
gonna
ain't got
miss
to see
them
them no
because
more.
they're still doing so much. But I just like, it makes sense to me because I feel like they can focus more on their products and more on their individuality, because like, who did not see that coming? The way Courtney was so over it, and she has said it several times, not only verbally but in her actions. It's
Yeah.
just, I think that it's time. I think that this was like the perfect year for them to say, let's just go ahead and do our own thing. They ran their course.
Yeah.
Rob was definitely not coming back to the scene, period.
Yeah.
Obviously Bruce Jenner was completely out, and he wasn't coming
Right.
back in as Caitlyn anyway. So it was just all kind of like dwindling to the point of where, like, we knew at some point that was an end, and this was like literally that year.
Yeah, I think once they started popping out baby 3 and 4, it was time to just, make it about family, even if it's not
Yeah,
about family. I
yeah.
mean, it's only so much you want to share. I've got a large
Mhm.
family myself, and I could not imagine, putting every piece of my life on TV,
Exactly.
nor do I
Exactly.
think anybody wants to see it. But
And
I
I
mean,
think that they also have to make room for like their kids, like, pushing them, because North, she's just gonna be something else. And in the next 5-6 years, like, North is definitely probably the Cam of all the cousins.
yes,
Period. Yeah,
yes,
she definitely.
Lady North. She don't take no shit. And
Mm-mm.
I gotta
Stop
respect
playing.
that. But talk about people who give shit and they had a hell of a year. Wendy Williams. She got a side baby and a divorce and now her own show and Posturepedic gym shoes all in the same year. How you doing? I'm so glad that
Oh,
she felt a little karma.
yeah, she did feel a little karma, and the crazy thing about it is that with all that going on, she still has a biopic coming out. Like, Wendy is definitely, I think that she just kind of like proves like she just don't care. Like, she lives her life, and she just lives her life. Whatever happens next is what happens next, and that's just it. And she just keeps it moving and keeps it moving and keeps it moving. And it's
Yeah.
just like, if she took that karma. She did take
Yeah,
that
she
karma
took
because
that
she's
karma.
always talking about other people's divorces and their relationships. So she took it. She tried to cover hers up when she could have been a hot topic. But
Yeah.
she took that karma, and the fact that she was coming out talking about that fainting that she had when she was dressed up as a statue in the costume.
Yeah. for
I think
Halloween.
that, yeah, it was about time. Like, I mean, if you didn't admit the truth in 2020, it was gonna come out anyway. So you might as well just be honest.
Girl, wait, did I miss that? What was her truth? Was she high?
She was on some stuff, girl. Yeah,
Girl, I mean, hell, she deserved to
but
take
she
a
was
hit of the
going, but she said
cocaine.
like she was going through a lot, and so what she thought that she would have been off of, she ended up relapsing, and it just took a toll on her.
I mean, I'm sorry, I don't do no drugs that
I don't
are
either.
illegal, but a little book of sugar for her situation was needed because I mean, not only did it happen in the limelight, you still have to work with this man.
Well,
Everyone knows,
mm,
everybody knows it's industry
say
secrets
she
and
could
people
have just
tell it on
ended
a
the
hush hush.
situation when she was ready to end the situation. I think when you're in a spotlight like that, and especially the fact that she's talking about everybody else's relationships, she didn't want
Yeah,
hers to come out because she is just kind of like, you know, you just don't want to face the truth that what you're talking about is actually your situation also in so many ways. And if she just would have, I mean, 2021, y'all, let's just live the truth. Like, you don't need drugs. Be honest. Be
yeah.
honest.
I mean, she needed to take a no from our girl, our black princess, or is she still considered a princess, Meghan Markle, and
Meghan
walking
Markle
away
is
from
still a
that
princess.
family?
She definitely is our black princess, hands down. Even just leaving the royal family, leaving them, and moving to California next to Oprah. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much like
Yeah.
still our princess. Like that title is not gonna be taken away. It's not gonna be
And
taken.
if you think about it, if you can walk away from being royalty
Mhm.
to make sure you have your own inner peace and your
Yeah.
own happiness,
Yeah.
you can walk away from anything
And
these days. You can
I,
definitely walk away, especially.
she gives
Go ahead.
back. You know what I'm saying? Like she gives back. Regardless of whether she's living in a royal
Yeah.
castle somewhere, she's giving back. We don't need we
Yeah. And
like
she already had
why
her own
why
money,
take
and
that
I think
back?
that made them salty.
Yeah.
I think that made them even more salty. She didn't have trillions and billions and endless money, but she had her own money and she was willing to walk away. And to be honest, everybody blames her for leaving and taking her husband with her. But I think he was ready to go. I think he been ready to go. I
He's
don't
a
think he wanted to
different
deal with them anyway. And
yeah. He's a different type of
he's
royalty,
always
and
been my
he's a
favorite.
different. So I think that just people are not used to a woman being able to like marry into a royal family and her husband still respecting and honoring her
Yeah.
emotions. And the fact that he did that,
Yeah.
it was a shocker. At the end of the day, he knew who he wanted, he knew who he loved, and he wanted his family more than he wanted to be called prince. So I think he
Yeah.
did the right thing, and I think that he actually stood up for people. A lot of not princesses, but princesses
Yeah.
also to come.
Are you talking about
Whether you're in the royal
that prince?
family, you still have to live.
Yeah, you still have to live, and
Yeah,
I think it's good to finally have your own identity. I can never imagine being raised in such a way that I'm being raised for the people, and there is
yeah.
no individuality to
Mhm.
myself. And then when he got tired and he started getting drunk, getting naked. Remember, we went to Vegas, he got naked. When he started doing that, they swept it under the rug so fast. I couldn't imagine. That's like a child that has been segregated and enclosed their whole life, going off to college and just going wild. I think he did
Yeah,
that, and I think he knew what he wanted and he got it. And speaking of people knowing what they want, Joe Biden and Kamala, they won that thing.
they
What do you
won
think
it
about
hands
that?
down,
How
and
do you
they
think that
knew.
went?
Like she knew. They both knew. Like I'm just like I don't know. I'm extremely happy, and Biden is like
Yeah,
that person where he's like, I'm about to break boundaries. I'm about to
yeah,
make the not normal normal. He
yeah,
came in and he won, and he was like, it's about that time to stop saying that we're only gonna have the vice president and president as male, that we're only gonna have,
yeah.
you know,
Change.
Caucasian as vice president and president. Like, I'm going to pick the culture because if you really pay attention to the US, now. It is
Yeah.
the culture. And especially this whole year, there's more celebrities that are just being open and supporting the Black Lives Matter movement this year than
Yeah.
ever, with the deaths of Breonna Taylor and George
Yeah.
Floyd and Ahmaud
Eric
Arbery and
Garner.
everyone else that passed away just unjustly. You know, we had Sandra Bland before, but
Yeah.
this year, like, they definitely just, the culture stood up, and it stood
I
out,
think this year
and it's
with
continuously.
coronavirus, it really brought out what the racism and the things and the social bias that African
Hmm.
Americans have been dealing with. I think the fact that they have no excuse.
Yeah,
Everyone is in lockdown. Everyone is at home. So that means
exactly.
you're taking the time out of your day to come and harass someone because you
Hmm.
have nothing better to do. And I think
Exactly.
the fact, I might be wrong that Trump is leaving office is that it showed us and let us know who the racists are.
Hmm.
And it's given them an idea that we're not taking this sitting down. Lil Pump and Lil Wayne, they fucked up. What you gonna do now? You fucked up. And I don't
Yeah,
even know what Lil Pump do, nor do I care. And Lil Wayne was already on the edge of falling off the cliff. So I'm not
yeah.
worried about them. But I'm kind of disappointed about the backlash from this blackface. Why don't you tell everybody who did the blackface and how that's hurting us right
Oh,
now?
so we're talking about Jimmy Kimmel, and first off, I just want to say that Jimmy Kimmel does definitely support Black Lives Matter. He is completely for Black Lives Matter, and when he did do the blackface, Jamie Foxx did come to his defense and say, "Hey, you guys, Jimmy Kimmel definitely supports us. It wasn't,
Yeah.
it wasn't with malicious intent. It was,
Yeah.
but it was just so ironic. Like, you know about blackface, but you support Black Lives
Yeah.
Matter. It was what we expected in 2020. Just weird stuff. Weird.
Yeah, I think he because he's so down with Black Lives Matter, he thought he was gonna get that free pass. You know how
You
you get some
know,
friends like, can I
you
say
needed the
that
free
word? I
pass.
think that was his free pass.
You don't get the.
I'm glad though it was Jimmy because if it was anyone else, if it was what's the other one who does late night? If it was Seth Rogen, bad. Conan,
Yeah.
bad. Jimmy Fallon, bad. It would have been really, really,
Yeah.
really bad.
Yeah.
Almost as bad as Ellen's controversy from this year, and then getting COVID after she did everything she thought she could to not get it. Like, she's having a hell of a year. She's still a great person, but she's having a
Ellen.
hell of a year.
I mean, if you ever really watch the Ellen show,
Yeah.
she she does,
Ellen is about Ellen.
pry into. So
Yeah.
this is what this is, and the questions kind of get a little bit deep.
Off kilter.
Yeah. Mhm.
Her moods are different these last like 2 years.
Mhm.
Yeah. Girl, somebody open my door. Her mood had started to change and things had started to change. And, hold on, we're gonna keep doing that for a second. Astro, you're fine. Relax, my dude. Just sit him on the floor. Yeah. Thank you. There we go. Her mood has started to change. People started saying, that she was getting high. People were saying that she had some kind of disease she didn't tell anybody about. I think Ellen is just quirky Ellen, and I think like you can see the more she has her show, she brings the more the same people on. And
Yeah.
I've noticed, and I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, and I'm not accusing her or anything, but it just seemed like once the Black Lives Matter movement like really started hitting hard, she really started doing more shows of giving back to people of color. Black, brown, Asian, Latino. She started giving back more to them. And I think, it might be time for Ellen, to just, pass on the reins. Cause she looks tired. I want her to enjoy your money. Don't
Yeah.
go to work every day and you constantly dealing with people getting on your nerves. You've made the show great. Maybe you
Yeah.
do it once a week. But I
Mhm.
think she needs to go and sit down with Portia and, they do a little humpty hump, a little 2020 humpty hump and do something else, with themselves, before she end up in rehab like everybody else. You see that DMX has went back to rehab. Mahoney has went to rehab. No, some guy from the Senate is in rehab.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is
I
drugs
mean, what do you do in the time of COVID? What do
get
you do?
high? Because
I
there is
mean,
no
and
drug
that's
test.
not everybody, but I think that the people who were deeply in are deeply in because they really don't have that much to get into this year.
Yeah,
Like it's just, you know,
yeah.
it's just one
But
of
people
those.
did get into each other. We got a whole lot of
Oh,
COVID
we got a whole
babies.
lot of babies coming.
I'm not one. Are you one?
So no, I'm not
Yes,
one.
yeah.
No,
I,
no.
I might not can afford drugs, but I can afford condoms. I'm just saying. But there's a lot of COVID babies
Oh
going
yeah.
around,
And
popping
so
off.
let's just get this straight because there has been the question of who's a COVID baby and who's not. If you were
Okay.
pregnant this year with a baby and the baby is not going to be born until next year, is that still a COVID baby?
No.
Okay.
If
So,
you got pregnant right in the shutdown in March and your
mhm.
babies are being delivered now in December, it's a COVID baby.
Okay, gotcha.
The cutoff is January because we did go in April, so that would be a January baby. So you know if your babies are born between in 2020 and 21 January 31st,
Gotcha.
it's a COVID baby.
So
And
we
I
can
hope
say that we had a
relationships
lot of
are.
COVID babies and a lot of COVID pregnancies. That's
Yeah,
good.
and a lot of COVID sex, but not me. I'll pass.
Well, you still
There's
have
no
time.
vaccine for that.
This is the last week of 2020, so I'm gonna
Yeah,
say get it in as much as you can these next couple of hours,
I'm,
few days.
I'm,
You can do it yourself. You don't have to, whatever. Anyway,
I can do it myself. Girl version will be coming out with our own sex toy line in 2020. So y'all look for that launch because sometimes you
2021.
don't need a man, you need a battery.
You need the Energizer Bunny. Get the good
Keep
battery.
going and going and
Get the
going.
good battery. And 2021, we have a lot of new shows coming up.
Yes, ma'am.
Bam. All the way,
We got
all the way. A lot of new collaborations. I mean, it's just definitely gonna get lit. 2020 has been that year that everybody has just been doing their thing, and especially to me, Megan Thee Stallion, hands
oh
down.
yeah.
She's been collaborating with like the best of the best. Cardi B, Beyonce. Like it's just like
You know, Megan is the best of all the world. She has a little Kim in her. She got a little Shaka Khan in her. She got a little soul like Aretha Franklin in her. But what
yeah,
she definitely has is confidence and knowing what she's doing. And I think that's what a lot of people are messing up. They're trying
yeah.
to conform to what they think everybody wants to see. But she got it all, baby. And
She
she
just being
educated.
herself.
I could do that. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Even through what she's been through. Glad that situation is over. That was a crazy moment in 2020 as well. I definitely don't see her hanging around Kylie that much anymore.
No.
So,
No.
not saying that it was Kylie's fault, but situations and people around. Anyway,
Girl, rice is
definitely.
rice.
Girl, girl,
A problem
girl.
is a problem, no,
A problem
whatever
is a
form it
problem.
is.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm just happy for her. Go Megan. And
Yeah.
everybody else who learned lessons and did what they were gonna do this year, and even the Smiths stepping up to the plate and talking about their entanglements.
Did Jada ever tell us where we can go and purchase an entanglement? I want to take 2020 out with a
No,
bang.
but maybe she will next year, or maybe we'll find out some way somehow.
Maybe he got a cockeyed uncle. I don't know. Do you have any New Year's resolutions for next year?
No. I think 2020 kind of taught me not to do resolutions because nature can just kind of throw a wrench into whatever.
Yeah, I think my biggest one is just to live life and be myself.
Yep, exactly.
No
Just keep
holds
it
barred.
moving. Just keep it
Yeah.
moving. No matter what happens, just keep it moving. That's my resolution this year coming up and every year after because you just never know what's going to happen. So just
I'll
persistence
drink to
is
that.
key. And the year of manifestations is this year. So I'm not,
Mm-hmm.
look, whatever it is that I want for next year, it's manifesting now. Okay? It's
Yes,
gonna
it
happen.
is. Yes,
So
it is.
that's all we have for today. This year, not this week, this year,
This year.
2020 for Girl TV. You guys, if you have some 2020 memories, leave them on the site girlversion.net. You can find us on social media at girlversion on all social media platforms and check us out on Roku at Girl TV. We cannot wait
Yes.
for 2021. All of our manifestations are happening. Hey, hey, hey.
Yes.
And you guys
Yes.
have to be here with us for the next one. Bye
As
for
always.